Welcome back. I had 2 days ago I did a video on an LLC, and then we did another one on non-disclosures. And one of the things I covered in non-disclosures was having everybody that comes into a home or gets personal information about an athlete or an entertainer to sign an NDA. One thing that came in from a wage and hour attorney in New York asked me to cover what were the wage and hour issues that you have for those domestic service workers, right? So a maid, somebody in your house that's taking care of a wide variety of things. So a housekeeper, a maid, a nanny, all sorts of these people, right? That you have on your payroll. Probably the number one thing that people have on their payroll in these industries is a personal assistant. Really important to know that at least in the state of California, which has the most stringent employment laws in the country, you have to pay somebody for every hour that they're working. So it can't just be a flat salary, depending on the circumstances, really. But generally, if you're paying somebody less than 2 times the minimum wage, you're going to have to pay them by the hour. And so there's a whole host of issues. You have to provide them with 2 interrupted meal rest periods that are 10 minutes apiece, uninterrupted being the key word, as well as to provide them the opportunity to take a 30-minute uninterrupted meal period. And so that's for every 8 hours. Now, the problem becomes in these industries is oftentimes that can be a 24-hour-a-day job. With the lifestyles and just the nature of the businesses of the sports entertainment industries, sometimes it could be 3 o'clock in the morning when somebody is filming a movie on the other side of the world, and their personal assistant may have to be on the phone with that person even after an 8-hour day. So it's really tricky, especially with some of these domestic workers. And domestic workers meaning that they're a personal worker really for you. That's a good way to think about it. So if they're in your home or working for you individually, you want to make sure that you're paying them correctly. Now, California employment laws are not just that easy. They are really complex. And so you see, this is actually the number one litigation area, civil litigation area in California right now is employment issues. And there's a lot of different areas that people can take it. They can take it to a court. They can take it to the Employment Development Department and have an administrative hearing. Regardless, you don't want yourself or your client to end up in a situation where they're fighting over the wages that they've had to pay somebody. So it's really important to, number one, set a structure that's in place before they hire anybody so that these issues are minimized. Number two, that the employment contract that you have, even if it's at will, is written down and everybody understands it. 3, that there is a proper timekeeping system in place so that you know that you're paying them properly. And then 4, an employee acknowledgement that they're getting paid correctly. So this is a package that a lot of lawyers have, including myself, and we deal a lot on this personal space, having those personal assistants, having those maids, having those housekeepers, all of that. And so when you bundle that with a non-disclosure agreement, as long as you're vigilant, taking care of things, you're probably going to be okay, but you need all of those documents in place, and you need to review the workplace as well, including your insurance, because if you have people working in your home, you're going to want to make sure that they're covered under your insurance plan. So if you have questions about this, please give me a call. It's a really tricky area, and a lot of people don't understand the importance of it until something bad happens. So feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. Reach out to me here on social media, and I'm happy to talk about these things. Thanks, everybody.